Nahua, like showing Avatarang means on stands, on shows. Virtual बोलना. Avatarang shows. Passe sees. Vajjadasinam. Vajjadasinam means who finds out the fault. Vajja means fault. One who finds out the fault is like one who shows a treasure. Gayavadi. Gayavadi is who speaks very harshly or rebukingly. Medhavi, but he is very wise. Tadisang Panditang Bhanje. Tadisang means of such a kind. This Tadrish is तरह का Panditang, wise person. Bhaje means should be associated. We should be associated with him. Bhaj शब्द का association. Tadisang Bhajamanasa. Tadisang इस तरह के Bhajamanasa with association with such a person. Seyo hoti. Seyo means Shrey. Is good. Na papi. Is not bad. If we find a, if you see, the same see, if you see one wise person, Medhavi, who speaks rebukingly as he shows one's fault, should associate with such a wise person as he would associate with one who shows a hidden treasure. Associating with such people is good, not bad. General implication. This is a quite often quoted simile. A criticism or kind of a person who finds out your fault should be seen like one who shows you treasure. And we help him associate whatever shortcoming, and then we can kind of benefit from that. There's this story associated with this of a monk who did manual work like sweeping, etc. And others were not willing to teach him. Probably he is that's not why they were willing to teach him. He is a monk. So one day Buddha saw that this person has reached this stage where he is very similar thing. Then, do you remember any good work done by you? Sariputta said yes. Ordained by Venerable Sariputta, and then our taskmaster, and he followed this guidance very strictly. Established in that. Then this uh, writing. That if a person is willing to be guided by these seniors, by the people who are better than him, he will definitely अनुसार से आया नहीं ना साइज रहे वादे अनुसार से the two parts basically चित्र नवादे में श्रेष्ठ असभ्य असभ्य means असभ्य जो है impolite या निवारे निवारे मतलब रोकना to stop सतम ही तो योग such a person सतम means is good सत का मतलब basically existence but it is here good सतम ही योग such a person is indeed near to the good one asatam होती है like by the good person the one who admonishes, who instructs, who advises, and restrains one from evil. That's the regarding a wise person. We are listening to what are the wise person's attributes. So in the society, there were two monks who were staying in a village along with their disciples, and they planted trees for personal gain. Not monks are not supposed to have trees and then say these are my trees and these fruits are mine and I have enjoyed them. So they are breaking these minor precepts. Therefore,
Are you able to listen to us now? Okay.
about this story about this verses about monks who had started breaking some personal precepts and therefore their monastery became very noisy. So when Buddha heard about it, he sent these two few disciples and then revive those people and they change their life, the ways of life. And when they were not very happy with these discipline, they went back and disrobed. After that, when Buddha gave this advice, all of them criticized these chief disciples. "Aake hamara to सब जानना है." Went away. Told them that you don't have to bother. That some of them are feeling good, some of them are feeling bad, it's bound to happen. That following instructions and admonitions as per Dhamma, not about popularity and gaining others. डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव है ना, जैसे उनका फाइव मोनेस्ट्रीज उनके बारे में थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ने को मिलता है। They have a discipline of getting up early in the morning at 3:30 or all, and then they have morning rituals of puja, etc., and then meditation. And during the day they are working, and during the day also they are supposed to be mindful all the time. Again, same thing, evening puja, and then it is. So there are retreats. Every year they have a 3 month retreat. High school they have. So, टाइम का एक आध डिस्कोर्स है जिसमें बात आती है द सीनियर मॉन्क्स पर जूनियर मॉन्क्स a large number of senior monks, junior monks. This is to be done without
न भजे पापके मित्ते न भजे पुरुषाधमे भजेत मित्ते कल्याणे भजेत पुरुषोत्तमे. So as you said, bhaje means association. So as ऐसे मित्र जो करने वाले हैं उनके साथ एसोसिएट में किया जाए और उनके साथ भी एसोसिएशन न किया जाए. भजेत मित्ते कल्याणी जो कल्याणकारी मित्र हैं उनके साथ एसोसिएशन किया जाए. भजेत पुरुषोत्तमे जो उत्तम मित्र हैं
हिल रहा है क्या?
टेस्ट करते हैं यूज करेक्शन है क्या?
If you can hear me now, please type yes.
यस आ गया.
Distance पे करते हैं. If you can hear me, please type yes.
मैंने इसमें सेटिंग भी चेंज करी है. इसमें करेक्ट में भी ना आपको ऑडियो डिवाइस चूज करनी है.
तो वो शायद इसको अपने माइक से चल रहा होगा. Is it okay now? Just ask them. Is it okay?
एक बार फिर मैं भी बोलता हूँ.
हाँ चलो तुम वहाँ से बोलो यहीं से बोलते हैं. यहीं रख के बोलो. पिछली बार से आज चिल्ली गई ना.
ओके.
Fourth one you have to read. Dhamma Piti Sukham Seti.
धम्मा पीति सुखम सेति पसेनना चेत सदा
Chetasa
अरिय अपवेद
Ariya Avedite. Ariya Apavedite.
अरिय अपवेदिते धम्मे सदा रामती
रमती ना नहीं है रमती
रमती
पंडितो. डी के ऊपर नीचे डॉट है तो ड है. डी के ऊपर डॉट नहीं है नीचे तो ड. दैट इज द प्रोनाउंसिएशन.
पंडितो.
धम्म पीति सुखम सेति विपस्सन्नेन चेतसा वेदिते धम्मे सदा रमति पंडित. क्या वो मतलब बताइए. अब आप लोगों को मतलब बताना होगा. देखिए धम्म भी पता है आपको, पीति भी पता है, सुख भी पता है, सेति भी पता है. विपस्सन्नेन. पस्सन्नेन मतलब होता है प्रसन्न होना. इट्स नॉट विपश्यना. इसी डबल पी डबल एस नहीं है. विपस्सन्नेन. पसन्नेन पसन्नेन चित्त. जो पहला हमारा वो था. दूसरा जो पहला और दूसरा जो स्टेंजर्स वर्सेस थे धम्म पद के. चेतसा भी मालूम है. चित्त. धम्म पीति सुखम सेति. स्वेति मतलब सोता है सुख से. कौन सोता दुख से? जिसकी धम्म में प्रीति होती है. One who is joy in Dhamma dwells happily. Vipassana Chetasa with a happy mind, with a bright mind. Ariyappa Vedite Dhamme. Ariya मतलब जो noble ones. Vedite मतलब बोला गया है. Dhamme मतलब teaching. So the teaching given by the noble ones. Sada Ramati Pandito. Pandito means a wise one always delights in those teachings. So you should now break it up and understand. So one who finds joy in Dhamma dwells happily with a bright mind. The wise man always delights in the Dhamma taught by the noble people. That is the meaning of this verse. And this is about a king who of a land called Kukutavati there. I don't know which land this was. So once he heard it from the merchants about the teachings of the Buddha, and along with his masters, with his ministers, he went there to Savatthi to meet the Buddha. And there, after listening to his teaching, they immediately realized the king and his ministers, and they became monks. So when they didn't come, then their wives got angry, upset कि कहाँ चले गए ये लोग, क्यों नहीं आए. So they also came. They also followed it to the Savatthi. So Buddha saw the kings and ministers, and then he knew that women have come. तो उन्होंने देखा कि अगर ये इनको देखेंगे monks बन गए तो वो शोर शराबा करेंगे, तो then they will also not be able to realize the Dhamma. So he told them to sit down and first listen to what Buddha had to say, and then you go and meet your husbands. So he gave them the admonition, and they also, when they listened to the discourse from the Buddha, they also became very deeply immersed in the Dhamma. And at the end of it, the queen and the wives of the other ministers, they attained Sotapanna, and the king and others became arhats. So that is a great story associated with this. The people who take delight in Dhamma, they always dwell very happily.
It's written the ladies also joined the order.
Yeah.
But उस time तो काफी लेट शुरू किया था.
It must have been after that. काफी लेट मतलब एक साल के बाद ही हो गया था.
After 1 year, the Buddha went to back to his parents' house. Kapil was together. Then when he left that, then the ladies followed him. Humko banao bhikshu. Then he refused for some time, and then maybe within a few months he must have agreed. So about this Mahakappan, the king, he used to say Aho Sukh, while meditating. So the monks thought he is missing his kingdom and feeling bad about it. So they told Buddha. He said, no, it's not possible. You're misunderstanding. He's feeling that I have never felt this kind of a joy which I am feeling now. So then this verse was said by the Buddha, that a person is then very happy when he doesn't really feel the lack of physical joys and comforts which he had earlier. So then fifth one I should read. I think I had told you this story of this verse associated with this verse. Udukam hinayanti netika usukara namayanti tejanam darum namayanti tachaka attanam namayanti pandita. So udakam pani. Udakam hinayanti means change or regulates. Nayanti means actually lead, and leads here in water leading means directing the water, and Netika means the irrigator. Actually, some people translate it as the engineers, the people who direct the water, canals banate hain. So the irrigators, they direct the water. Usukara namayanti tejanam. Tejanam means arrows, shaft जिससे arrow बनाया जाता है. Namayanti means they bend. Usukara means those who make the arrows. So the arrow makers bend the shaft to make proper arrows. Darum namayanti tachaka. Tachaka मतलब carpenter. दारू मतलब wood. जो लकड़ी है उसको mold करते हैं. Carpenters they mold the wood. They kind of bend the wood. Attanam namayanti pandita. So wise people, what they do? They bend their Attanam themselves and transform them. Namayanti means restrain. So they restrain themselves. So the wise people restrain themselves. So the story I think I have already told you once at least about that 7-year-old novice of the disciple of Sariputta. Somewhere it is written he was his nephew, somewhere it is written he was his disciple, somewhere he had gone somewhere and the family people, that young boy was there and he followed him and ordained him. So it is said that once while he was going on the alms round, he also took this young boy along with him, and he saw these people doing these things. He saw somebody directing water, somebody bending the arrows, and somebody carpenter doing something. So he asked, what are they doing? So they told him, Sariputta must have told him, they are bending this, they are doing this, they are transforming this. So those words affected him so much, he said, okay, I'll go back and I think I'll transform my mind first rather than going. So he went back to his cottage and started practicing, and Buddha realized that he is about to become fully enlightened. So when Sariputta came back, he wanted to go and meet this boy. He वापस चला गया क्या कर रहा है? So Buddha was sitting at his gate of that hut, and he was acting as a guardsman for him and said, नहीं अंदर नहीं जाओ, बैठ जाओ. And then after some time when he became enlightened, then he told us. He came out and Sariputta also realized, and Buddha told him that I prevented you from going in because of this reason, because I could see that he will get unnecessarily disturbed. So then people obviously felt great about this young boy, that Buddha could act as his watchman and see that his meditation is not disturbed. One of those inspiring stories associated with the Dhammapada. Okay, so this Pandit will go 5 things, and we come back to our long discourse which we have been discussing for a long time, Sammaditthi Sutta. So what have we studied till now? Who will tell us?
Nutrients, 4 noble truths.
So we are discussing what is this is an exposition of Sammaditthi, right view. So how to understand, right understanding, the very first element of the Eightfold Noble Paths. So this is the discourse given by Venerable Sariputta on how do you understand the right view. So how many ways he explained till now? Have a look at it. Tell us how many ways he has explained. The first was the wholesome and unwholesome, kusala, akusala. So he gave exposition that if you know what is wholesome, what is not unwholesome, then and you know the root of it, not just the root of it, then you have right understanding. That was the very first. The second was nutriment. So if you know what is the nutriment, and again what is the origin of that, what is the root of it, what is the origin of it, what is the dissolution of it, what is the path to dissolution. So you will see that paradigm of Four Noble Truths is applied everywhere. So it is applied to nutriment. So if you understand nutriment, then there is actually the main thing, Four Noble Truths, which I mentioned last time, is the standard exposition on Sammadhyati. Then we have aging and death. And from this point onwards, from aging and death point onwards, the teaching goes in such a manner that you are integrating Four Noble Truths along with the Paticca Samutpada. So you are having a complete integration of all that. So you can see how one by one, step by step will take us in that along with the Paticca Samutpada. So he says, then his friends keep on asking him, some other way you tell us, some other way you tell us. So he tells, what is another way in which we can understand? We can understand by aging and death. This I think we read last time. That if one understands what is the aging and death, so then he understands the origin. The key things, let me repeat from here. The key thing was, what is Jara Marana? And then he says, Jati Samudaya Jara Marana Samudayo, Jati Nirodha Jara Marana Nirodha. That is, with the arising of birth arises the old aging and death, and with the cessation of birth arises the aging and death. So it's quite obvious. This much is quite obvious. It is not telling us the immediate cause of aging and death being environmental problem or falling ill or getting into various diseases. It's telling us the root cause. The root cause of aging and death is that you are born. So once you are born, aging and death is bound to happen. So that's how and then in the same way as that, following the paradigm of Four Noble Truths, he says, what I am Ariyo Athangiko Maggo Jara Maran Nirodha Gamani Patipada. This Eightfold Noble Path is the path leading to the cessation of aging and death. What is that Eightfold Path? That he speaks, which we have understood. And then he says, Yatakho Avuso Arya Savako Evam Jara Maranam Pajanati Jara Maran Samudayam Pajanati Evam Jara Maran Nirodham Pajanati Evam Jara Maran Nirodha Gamini Patipata Pajanati. So Sabbaso Raga Anusayam Pahaya, and so on. Then the same standard formulation is said, that when a noble disciple has understood aging and death, its cessation, and the way leading to the cessation, he here and now makes an end to the suffering. That too a noble disciple is said to be of right view. So this is the one which we had studied last time. Now we can go on to the next one, that is the 93 in Pali.
Sad avusoti kope apucham siya panavusoti.
Pe, as I had mentioned, means repetition of the past. So because again and again the monks are asking, okay, very good, yes. So he again asks the same question, is there some other way? Then what is it? Siya also. Yes, there might be.
Yato ko avuso arya savako jatincha pajanati jati samudyancha pajanati jati nirodhancha pajanati jati nirodhagaminim patipadancha pajanati.
Complete come.
Eta बतापी को आवसो अर्य सावको सम्मा दिट्ठी होती उजु गतस्सा दिट्ठी धम्मे अवेच पस्य देन
Samannagato arrived there.
Samannagato agato imam
Sadhamma. Sadhamma. This standard phrase. So what he's saying? Yatakho avsu ariyasavako jatincha pajana. When a noble disciple, jati means birth. He knows the birth properly, understands the birth. Jatu samudayancha pajanati, the origin of birth. Jati nirodhancha pajanati, the cessation of birth. Jati nirodha gamining patipadacha pajana, and the path leading to the cessation of birth. Etatvat pi. In this manner also. Ko also brothers. Arya Savako Sammaditya. In this way also, friends, Arya Savaka, a noble disciple, has right view. And then there is a further qualification of right view. Then Tuju Gatasadi, Tuju means straight view. Dhamme Avecha Pasadena Samannagata, that he is arrived at the full confidence in Dhamma. And Agato Imam Saddhani is said to have arrived at Dhamma. He has to be established in Dhamma. Okay, then next. Katamapanauso jati.
Katamapanauso jati. Katamo jati samudayo. Katamo jati nirodho. Katama jati nirodha gamini patipada.
So what is the meaning? I think we should be able to translate it also. Katama means what?
What?
Pauso means friend. Jati means birth. Is what friends? Is birth. Katamo jati samudayo. What is the origin of birth? Katamo jati nirodho. What is the cessation of birth? Katama jati nirodha gamini paripada. What is the path leading to cessation of birth? Okay. Yes. Next. This again is a repetition from the. You will find same thing if you recall in the our Satipatthana. So you should be able to read and translate.
या तेषां सत्तानं तं हि सत्तानिकाये जाति संजाति उक्कन्ति अभिनिपत्ति खंदानं पातुभावो आयतनानं पतिलापो अयम उच्चतावसो जाति.
So first you translate the last word. Ayam means this. Uchat means spoken. Auso means friend. Jati. This is called jati. What is called jati? Now you tell.
Ya tesam sattanam.
Tesam means in this or in that.
In this or in that. Sattanam is existence.
Being. So the birth of the being in this various orders of being. Okay. Various, because beings can be in various orders, human being, animal, devas and so on.
Tesam sattanam tam hi Satta-nikaya.
In various orders. These various beings, Sattanam means beings, Satta-nikaya means orders of beings.
Jati.
So then it gives it equivalents, synonyms of.
Okay. Jati, Sanjati, Okkanti.
Okkanti means descent into the womb, because some people descend into womb. Right. Some is Abhinipanti means generation. Generation means they are spontaneously reborn, because it is said in Deva Loka they don't have the womb and they can kind of keep kept in conception for a long time. They are spontaneously reborn if one goes to them. That's what is said. So therefore generation is used for that word. Abhinipanti.
Khandanam Patu
Bhavo. Khandanam means 5 aggregates. Patu Bhavo means obtaining. Unka manifestation.
Ayatananam
Patilapo. Ayatananam, ayatan क्या होगा? 6
yes. Ayatan.
जो हमारे bases है contact के.
Gaining those.
You can understand it. One in terms of getting 5 aggregates, another in terms of getting 6 sense organs and so on. This is generally birth.
Patilapo is gaining.
लाभ होता है. Here it is. Patilapo actually means obtaining.
Bhava samudaya, jati samudayo, bhava nirodha, jati nirodha.
This you will recall is a part of Paticca Samuppada. This phrase, Bhava samudaya.
with the arising of with actually
Bhava
is
means becoming.
With the rising of becoming, birth, happens, Jati Samudaya, and with the cessation of becoming, birth, cessation of birth happens.
So this word bhava is a technical word. So this translation they have translated as being actually, but bhava has a multiple implication. You know, it actually means the process of that strong wish to be. We wish to be, we want to be. So we all have a. You remember we've talked about there the various kinds of tanha, trishna. We remember what are the trishna? Kamatanha, bhavatanha, vibhavatanha. Kamatanha is sensitive pleasures, bhavatanha is becoming. We want to become something. We want that we should remain. ऐसा नहीं हो कि हम खत्म हो जाए. That feeling, ना. So that is कृष्णा है कि बने रहे. कुछ ना कुछ तो बने रहे. अभी ऐसे हैं तो अगले जन्म में थोड़ा हायर पोस्ट पे आ जाएंगे और हायर पोस्ट पे देवता बन जाए, कुछ हो जाए. We don't want that we should become extinct. There are other people who इतने fed up हो गए लाइफ से कहते हैं खत्म हो गई मुसीबत छुट्टी. So there is a vibhavatanha. So that is the real meaning. So here bhava is used in that. The real cause of birth is there is a strong bhavatanha. So bhava samudaya, jati samudaya. So that is the arising of the translation here is being. So being here means that communically active. The kamma is being there, you know, that more mental volition to be. So it means volition is there. With the volition of strong volition to be, there is the arising of birth. With cessation of that volition, if there is no volition to be, you just stand at peace, jo ho raha hai, then there will be no more birth. But that will happen only when all desires have been extinct. Sankhara finished over. There is no volition left. And the way leading to success, what is it? Then, of course, Lex is saying, so then whole eightfold path we explain that the way leading to cessation of birth is just this very eightfold noble path. So, Deepak could now tell us. अब आपको ट्रांसलेशन में या तो खो या तो नहीं ना बार नहीं है ना उसके ऊपर. So when bar is there, so you have to read it very carefully. So this is strong mindfulness needed in reading Pali. So you have to see that bar is not there or a dot is not there. That's all. Basically two declensions है. संस्कृत में तो dash हलंत भी होता है और उसमें addition issue है. So there are only two declensions. bar है तो आ होगा और नीचे dot है तो फिर different होगा. ये तो खो आउसो आउसो एक ऊपर बार है ना. ये तो खो आउसो अरिया सावको. हाँ, it should be read slowly. That is the only thing. अरिया सावको. It should be read ये तो खो आउसो अरिया सावको. तो आपसे कोई गलती नहीं होगी.
छोटी सी ऑब्जर्वेशन थी. कई बार तो अच्छा लगता है खुद पढ़ के कोशिश करने में ट्रांसलेशन, लेकिन काफी बार उससे क्या होता है कि मीनिंग से ज्यादा ना फोकस हमारा सिंटेक्स पे जाने लग जाता है. तो
बैलेंस
वो जो मतलब कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि हम मतलब 10 मिनट करने के बाद हमें रियलाइज होता है अच्छा हम मीनिंग पे ध्यान नहीं दे रहे थे, हम ज्यादा इस पे दे रहे थे कि प्रोनाउंस कैसे करना है. तो आई डोंट नो बाकियों को ये है कि मुझे कई बार लगता है डिस्ट्रैक्शन हो रहा है. अच्छा बताइए आप लोग बताइए.
मुझे क्यों अच्छा लगता है तो आई फील लाइक डूइंग इट. आप बताइए. इफ यू फील वी कैन नॉट इट आई कैन रीड.
आई थिंक रीडिंग जो करना चाहे करें, बट कई मतलब जो अगर इसको इशू आ रहा हो ना तो उससे बेटर है कि मीनिंग फ्रॉम माय पर्सपेक्टिव मीनिंग इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट.
एवरीबॉडी इज लिसनिंग, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. इज ओनली अ काइंड ऑफ गुड फीलिंग. आई एक्चुअली
कई बार बहुत अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन कई बार वो डिस्ट्रैक्टिव भी हो जाता है. मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
So if you feel like it, if you don't feel like it, you don't do it. I'll do it. एवं जातिं प्रजानति एवं जाति समुदायं प्रजानति एवं जाति निरोधं प्रजानति एवं जाति निरोधि गामिनीं पटिपदं प्रजानीति सो सब्बासो रागानुशयं पहाय ते दुखस्य
अंतकरो होती।
दुखस्य अंतकरो होती। एवाते
एतावतापि
को आवुसो अरिया आवुसको अरिया सावुको सम्मादिति होती। उजु गथासा दिथि धम्मे अवे च प्रसेदना सम्मंगतो आगतो इमं सधम्म इति।
Can you translate?
अभी समझ मुश्किल है।
ट्राई तो करो। यतो को आउसो, आउसो means friends, यतो means when, यतो को Arya Savako, a noble disciple, evam jatim pajanati. This birth which I have explained to you short while ago in Kerala, evam jatim pajanati, understands this birth. Evam jati samudayam pajanati, or understands the origin of this birth. Evam jati nirodham pajanati, understands the cessation of this birth. Evam jati nirodha gamining patipadam pajanati, understands the path leading to cessation of this birth. So sabbaso raga anusayam pahai. So he then raga anusayam gives up the latent tendencies of raga, and then all those things pay means the repetition of whatever is happening. So what is he basically saying? So when a noble disciple has understood birth, just as we understood earlier aging and death, now we are talking about understanding birth in its true sense of the term. So if you understand it in the depth, what is the real cause of birth, the root cause of birth, then you also understand what is the cessation of birth, how that cessation can happen through the Eightfold Path. Then we say he has arrived at a right view. And then he will have, in the due course, arrive at the true Dhamma, means become established in Dhamma. So then what will be the next? And again there is a repetition of same thing, so we can omit it, repetitions. So the 94 will be the next thing. So what will be the next thing? You can see from this, from the portion which I have highlighted. What was the cause he said? Bhava samudayo, jati samudayo. So now next exposition will be what is bhava. So next exposition goes on. What is the next way he says? Yatako avuso arya savako bhavancha pajanati, bhava samudayancha pajanati, bhava nirodhancha pajanati, bhava nirodha gamining patipada pajanati, etadva api ko avuso arya savako sammaditthi hoti, ujugatasya ditti dhamme avej pasadena samannagato agato imam saddhamma. So same thing is being repeated. Now what is the key issue being focused on? Is bhava, becoming. Okay. So saying good friend, then the Bhikkhu again asked him, is there some other way? He said, yes, there might be another way. And what is that? When a noble disciple understands bhava, understands becoming, the origin of becoming, the cessation of becoming, and the way leading to the cessation of becoming. And then he explains, what do you mean by becoming? So that is the important thing. Katmopanavuso bhavo, katmo bhava samudayo, katmo bhava nirodho, katma bhava nirodha gamini patika. So same questions, 4 questions being asked with respect to bhava. So what is the answer? Let us read that.
So the clinging or becoming.
Yeah, the clinging is the cause of becoming.
Okay.
Root. Becoming. So this is the whole Paticca being explained. No? Simultaneously it is getting explained. That why is the birth happening? Because we have that strong wish to be. We want to be all the time.
Okay.
So we want to be, so that is the becoming, that is the bhava. And why we have that bhava? That we'll explain later. Upadana samudaya. Upadana is a strong clinging, grasping. So that grasping gives rise to becoming.
He's explaining, in elements. Each small element is being explained.
Tayo avso.
Tayomi. Tayo means three.
Okay. Tayomi avso bhava bhav काम भवो रूप भवो अरूप भवो.
So this is a very important kind. So you remember we started this, if you recall, that they tried to understand Abhidhamma. That was the original perspective which Deepak wanted. So these are the small hints they are given. Tayome avuso bhava. Three kinds of becomings are there. What are they? Kama bhava in the sensory sphere. Sensory where their sensory pleasures are there. Rupa bhava where there is material, fine material. Rupa bhava means Rupa Brahmalok and other areas. And Arupa bhava where there is immaterial existence. So these are associated with planes of existence and also planes of consciousness. So you recall we had discussed in the very beginning that Kushala, Akushala. I had pointed out that there is a classification of consciousness according to the nature, which we had said is Kushala, Akushala, and something which is neither Kushala nor Akushala, which we had said as Abhyakrita. And then we had said these are of two further kinds. One was Vipak Chitta and Kriya Chitta, functional and the resultant of the past karma. So that was one classification of consciousness. This gives rise to another classification of consciousness. What is that?
Rupa bhavo.
Kamavachara, one is called Kamavachara Chitta, which means the consciousness which arises in the sensory spheres, which means all the human realm, Deva realm, and the animal realm. So they are the sensory where people seek sensory pleasures. So that is called Kamavachara consciousness or Kamavachara Chitta. Then there is Rupa Avachara Chitta. Rupa means Rupa Brahmalok actually, referring to the consciousness which is normally present in Rupa Brahmalok. But it does not mean that we cannot have it. So those who practice jhanas deeply, they can reach that Rupa Brahmalok, Rupa Avachara consciousness. So these are the consciousness which arise because of deep jhana practices. So and first to fourth jhana are Rupa Avachara. Fourth to fifth to eighth jhanas are Arupa jhana. So they give rise to consciousness which is immaterial. So according to the Buddha's description of various realms of being, so there is these three primary realms. One is the realm according where the sense sphere enjoyment is there, sense sphere pleasures are there. So they are called Kamavachara. Then there is Rupavachara, where there is a fine material form. It means ethereal form. They are not having physical bodies like us. It's called Rupa. Still there is Rupa. Form is there. It's a very subtle form. So they are the Devas, the Rupa Lokas, Rupa Brahmalok. Then there is Arupa Brahmalok, where there is no form, there is only mind operates. That is, so these are the three planes of consciousness, and then in Abhidhamma they talk of the fourth plane of consciousness, Lokottara, which means transcendent consciousness, which is experienced only in the state of Nibbana. So this becomes another classification of the consciousness. So you can see the varieties of classification. Then in each of them you have further subdivisions. And that's how all those 89 or 121 kinds of consciousness arise. These are the kind of, intimations of Abhidhamma which we find in the sutras. These have been further expounded in the Abhidhamma and then given detailed explanations.
Upadana samudaya bhav samudaya. Upadan nirodha bhav nirodha.
This is the key point of the Paticca Samutpada. What is happening? Bhava samudaya means bhava, origin of bhava is upadana. Grasping. Upadana means grasping.
Ayame
Adigo, Atangiko, Maggo, bhava nirodha. Same thing is repeated. And this is the path leading to that. What is the path leading to cessation? Eightfold Noble Path. So what is he trying to say? That when a noble disciple has thus Yatoko Avuso, yes, we can read that last one.
Yatoko Avuso, Ariya Savako, Evan Bhavan Pajanati, Evan Bhava Samudayan Pajanati, Evan Bhava Nirodhan Pajanati, Evan Bhava Nirodha Gamini, Pati Padan Pajanati, सो सबसो रागानुसायम पहाय ते दुख संतकारो होती एता बतापी खो आवसो अवियासा वाको सम्मादिट्टी होती जो बतासा डिट्ठी धम्मे अवेचा पसादेना सम्मना आगतो आगतो इमन सधमा.
So this is the conclusion of this paragraph is, this is how, friends, a noble disciple, Arya Savako, evam bhavam pajanati, understands what is becoming, understands the bhava samudaya, the root origin of becoming, understands cessation of becoming, understands the path. Then we say he is also having samadhi. So this is the next way of exposition. And the way he explains upadana samadaya bhava samadaya, that is included in the hint for the next question and the next answer.
What is upadana?
What is the next? So the question again is same thing, and then they say, so we can see read from here. What is he says there might be siya also, then he says yatokho also arya savako upadanam cha pajanati upadana samudayan cha pajanati upadana nirodhan cha pajanati upadana nirodhagaminam patipada pajanati etad vartapi ko also arya savako sammadikhi. So how can the next phase of it? When a person understands the upadana, understands the grasping. When a person understands grasping, what is the origin of grasping, what is the cessation of grasping, what is the path leading to cessation of grasping, then also you can say he has understood the right, he has got a right. And what is then again the same question will be asked, katam chapana avuso upadanam, standard formula. So what is the upadan, what is the grasping, what does it mean? So then he gives the answer which we should read. Chattariya.
Chattarimani avuso upadanani. There are 4 kinds of friends, there are 4 kinds of upadana.
Yes, 4 kinds of grasping.
Upadanam, Dittu upadanam, Silabbat upadanam, Attavad upadanam.
This let's read, let's understand.
Upadanam is clinging to sensual pleasures. Dittu upadanam, Dittu is view. So clinging to various views. Shilabbat upadanam. So so here it says ritual. So Shila is
it actually refers to the various observances.
right. So yeah, whatever practice
Vows are there, vows and rituals are there.
Right. So clinging to them. And Attavad upadana. So Atta is Anattavala Atta. Atta is self. Clinging to this self. So these are the 4 kinds.
So this is something which we haven't come across earlier till now. Isn't it? 4 kinds of grasping. Basically, one is the sensory pleasures grasping, kama upadana. If you see other 3, they are all of the kind of ditti only, views, grasping to views. Now, 2 of the views have been made very distinct because of their importance. Otherwise, views means various kinds of views. It refers to the various philosophical doctrines which are prevalent at that time, which are prevalent even today. Some people believe in God, some people believe in soul, some people believe in soul being different from God, and some people think this soul is a part of the oversoul, and all kinds of various speculative metaphysical doctrines. So they are come under the various views. So there were people who believe that this whole business of karma is all hogwash, it's not for believe in it. Others believe that everything which happens is due to karma, so you don't have to do anything. Others said that you should, to expedite karma, you should do austerities. So there are all various kinds of views. So Ditthi actually means views. Actually it is, when Ditthi word alone is used, it usually refers to wrong view. So here Ditthi upadana means attachment to various kinds of views. And then out of them 2 are specifically mentioned. Shilabbat upadana, this also is a view that you are attached to certain observances, you are attached to, कि नहाए हुए तो नहाने से पुण्य मिल जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वैसा करोगे तो हो जाएगा, ऐसा various kinds of beliefs, various kinds of views. You believe in various things as the means to getting enlightened. Then Attavada Upadana means strongest belief which we have is the belief in self, I am, which is the most tenacious of all the beliefs. And therefore this is being kind of these two beliefs. Shilabhat Upadana was very strong in that. In the Brahminical paradigm, that they very strongly believe in those, the various kinds of rituals should be done, fire ritual or other kinds of moon ritual, sun ritual, so many rituals used to be there. And are there still, so therefore these two have been specifically pointed out. And others are more philosophical. So these are the four kinds of graspings which we should be aware of.
So Shilabhatta and the Anatta are also two ingredients of the first stage.
The fetters which we talk about. The very first fetter is that of Sakkaya Ditthi.
Right.
It's essentially other way of putting Attavada Upadana, Sakkaya Ditthi. And the other is Shilabhatta Paramars, that is attachment to them. Third is Vichikitsa, doubt. There's a doubt about it.
एक क्वेश्चन आया है, what is the difference between clinging and craving?
Yeah. The craving, when it becomes strong, when you get obsessed with the craving, then it becomes clinging. Or you grasp it. Actually, clinging, that's why people use the word grasping. Means you hold on to that clinging very strongly. Then we say it is grasping. So, tanha upadana. With Paticca Samutpada, we say, no? We say, so if we take a few steps back, Vedana Pacchaya Tanha, Tanha Pacchaya Upadana, Upadana Pacchaya Bhava. So if you remember that, in that context it is. So Vedana Pacchaya Tanha means there are feelings and they condition the arising of clinging, Tanha. We wanting. Tanha actually, the translation in English, the real good translation will be wanting. I want something. I want something to happen and something not to happen.
So I like that translation जो आपने उसके बताई वो कौन था? The lack, the sense of lack.
Lack, yeah. This is David Lloyd uses that word, sense of lack. So that is tanha. But when it becomes obsessive, some people translate tanha as desire also. And then this upadana is translated as grasping. So grasping to that desire. So holding on to that desire very strongly. But desire is not a good translation because desire is a natural urge which arises. If there is hungry, there is a desire for food. So you can't say it is a tanha. It's a natural phenomenon which is arising. If you hold on to that, you become obsessed with it, then it becomes tanha. And you grasp it whole strongly. So it is the intensity of the grasping. Intensity of with which you hold on to it becomes the grasping.
So जो the desire नहीं, the खाने की जो वो इच्छा होती है उसको तन्हा बोलेंगे तो?
That is not really tanha. That's why even normal food ki jo, there is a sensation in this abdomen which says something should be eaten, which is interpreted by us as something should be eaten. But if that is translated into that I have to go to a 5-star and eat there only, then it is becoming, you are translating it into some other form. Is it?
So one is physical,
and other is then kind of interpreting it in a different form. Physical need you have, there is a need there. That need becomes a want. Need is for a food. Need is not for particular kind of specific food.
तन्हा समुदय उपादान समुदय तन्हा निरोध उपादान.
So this is that eightfold Paticca Samutpada link which is being Tanha Samudaya Upadana Samudaya. So this you have discussed this. Ayame Variyo Vatangiko Maggo. So the same thing is being repeated. And then the conclusion of this section is Yatakho also. Last second.
यत्को आवुसो अरिया सावको एवं
उपादानं
प्रजानाति एवं उपादान समुदयं प्रजानाति एवं उपादान निरोधं प्रजानाति एवं उपादान निरोध
governing, Patikaham Prajanati.
So that is the explanation, that when a noble disciple understands, comprehensively understands what he understands, this grasping, the origin of grasping, the cessation of grasping, and the path leading to the cessation of grasping. What is that path? That is the Eightfold Noble Path which leads to cessation of grasping. Then he can be said to have etadvat ko avso ariyasavako sammadikthi hoti. Then we say the person has right view and the correct understanding, and he is established in Dhamma. So that is the. Then we come to the next section. Here, what is the next thing would be obviously, what another can be there will be with respect to tanha.
एक क्वेश्चन आता कि जब ये आपने क्रेविंग और क्लिंगिंग में डिफरेंस बताया, तो एक थोड़ा सा व्यू मेरा ये भी था कि in context of how these words have been used, craving is more of या तो मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है and I want it, या मेरे पास कुछ है but मुझे और चाहिए, versus clinging which seems more like मेरे पास कुछ है and I am holding on to it. क्या ऐसा भी कुछ उसमें एक एंगल है?
ग्रैस्पिंग है ना, उपादान का जो मीनिंग है एक्चुअली ग्रैस्पिंग है, मीनिंग होल्डिंग ऑन टू, व्हेन ग्रैस्पिंग टू द डिजायर. सो व्हेन वी सी तन्हा and we see काम तन्हा, भव तन्हा, विभव तन्हा. So there are distinct kind of tanhas. So therefore tanha does not only imply the wanting in that sense, wanting something, it also means wanting something should not happen. That also is a part of it. Wanting that I should be extinct, which sounds very strange, but when a person is critically ill and all, थक जाता आदमी तो कहता है छुट्टी हो. Or in the day-to-day life it is interpreted as we had seen, wanting to become something, wanting that something should not happen. ऐसा ना हो जाए, मैं बीमार ना हो जाऊं, मेरी प्रमोशन ना रुक जाए, मेरे घर में कुछ दिक्कत ना हो जाए. विभव तन्हा, मेरे जो देश ना बढ़ता चला जाए, मेरे राग ना बढ़ जाए, ऐसा ना हो जाए, ऐसा ना हो जाए. So that also is interpreted as tanha. Then tanha pachya upadan means you're holding on to that. Let me just see the dictionary exactly, if we can help, if the dictionary can help us. Let me just see. Because sometimes the dictionary gives you, the more deeper words for that. Sometimes.
But is it always like tanha pachya upadan?
Tanha conditions. Pachya means conditions.
Right. So upadan के लिए tanha होना जरूरी है. That means
yeah.
It's more that it is very difficult to figure out the context in which those words are used.
Exact
Right now,
translation.
एक्चुअली मुझे लगता है जैसे क्लिंगिंग,
Yes,
जैसे
that's
मैं कह रहा था कि
What you have
होल्ड कर रहे हो,
बिल्कुल.
अब वो तन्हा से भी क्लिंगिंग हो सकती है.
Right.
आपको किसी चीज की इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग वांटिंग है कि उससे भी क्लिंगिंग हो सकती है.
When tanha becomes strong, it becomes clinging. These are only intensity of वेदना जो है, वेदना पश्य तन्हा का मतलब भी आपको अच्छा लग रहा है तो you want. There's a mild feeling of it. It's not so strong. And that feeling becomes so strong and gets obsessed with it, then it becomes. So let me read out to you this. It's a good thing so we can understand it better. But they break the words in their root form and all that. So what he's saying, literally, upadan ka that material substratum by means of which an active process is kept alive or going. Fuel, supply, provision, supported by, drawing one's existence from. So these are the various ways where this word is used. The same word is used in different forms. So it's provided with fuel, drawing upon, grasping, holding on, grip, attachment, finding one's support or by or in clinging to, nourished by. They are classified as 4 upadans, and then same thing is in kama, ditthi, sila, batta, tavala. So in the dictionary they are given. Or the grasping arising from sense desires, speculation in belief, rights, belief in soul, and so on. And then they are given some references to कहाँ पे ये word use हो रहा है.
So then Upadana is also used with respect to Khanda then, Panch Upadana Khanda. So there it is explained, usually as Panch Upadana Khanda, such as a fivefold clinging to existence. That is the meaning given. So basically, grasping would be this. So we will have to really figure it out in terms of the intensity of fervor with which we hold on to something. Desire arises sometimes. हो गया पूरी हो गई तो ठीक है, but we are not so strongly attached to it. But some things become so strong, become obsessive. ये तो होना ही चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होगा तो आसमान टूट पड़ेगा. Then we say it becomes the Vedana has led to Tanha and Tanha has led to, because the root of that is from Vedana. From feelings we feel like अच्छा है ये तो बनता रहना चाहिए, ऐसा तो होता ही रहना चाहिए, और फिर हम चाहते हैं उसको grasping मतलब we hold on to that, you kind of become obsessed about it. Then we see obsession would be probably classified as grasping. So then you come to the next one. 96. तन्हा वाली बात है यतो खो आवुसो अरियसावको तन्हंच परास
अरियसावको तन्हंच पजानाति तन्हा समुदयांच पजानाति तन्हा निरोधनंच पजानाच्यति
निरोधगामिनी
तन्हा निरोधगामिनी प्रतिपादंच पजानाति
वर्ति को आवसो अरियसावको सम्मादिट्ठी होती. So in this way also a noble disciple has sammadhitti. What is the way? When he tanhancha pajanati, when he knows tanha, understands tanha, tanha samudayancha pajanati, when he understands the origin of tanha, tanha nirodhancha pajanati, when he understands the cessation of tanha and the path leading to the cessation of tanha. So now then there will be explanation of katamacha panausu tanha, what is tanha, what is tanha samudaya, and then the important thing comes here, which distinguishes this from others now. So you can read Chaya Avuso Tanha Kaya. Chaya means six types of Indian. 6 types of Tanha Kaya means classification of Tanha.
रूप तन्हा, शब्द तन्हा, गंध तन्हा, रस तन्हा, पोटरब्र तन्हा, धम्म तन्हा.
Yes. Okay, let's stop here first. So now see, so these kind of things are the hints how Abhidhamma arose. तो अभी तो पहले तो हमने उसमें तो तन्हा था, तन्हा सती पठान में 3 थी, ये नहीं काम तन्हा भाव तन्हा, यहाँ भी क्या हुआ, ये 6 हो गई. So some other way of classification. You can't say कि 3 है कि 6 है और उसको झगड़ा करने लगे. You have to understand what is he saying. 6. What is the 6? He is now relating tanha to the source of tanha. What is the source? Wherever the feeling is arising, because he has to eventually relate to that. So feeling arises because of interaction of senses. So he relates Chayime tanha, 6 kinds of tanha. What are they? Rupa tanha, you see something, I see a form, I get attached to it and I say I buy it and keep it here. So this is Rupa tanha. Then there is Shabda tanha, I hear some voice and I say I buy the CD, you sunni bar bar. Shabda tanha. Similarly, Gandha tanha, smell, Rasa tanha, taste, Kotabha tanha, touch, Kotabha means touch, Dhamma tanha, thought. Dhamma means mental content.
6 sense organs and mind.
So 6.
5 sense organs and mind.
Shadayatan. So tanha operating at all these 6. Then these 6 could be again of those further 3 kinds. So it will be 6 into 3, 18 hoga. If you put it further, classify it on the points of Kama, Bhavatanha, Vibhavatanha. So at each of these sense stores, you can have Kamatanha, you can have Bhavatanha, you can have Vibhavatanha. So 6 into 3 hoga, 18 hoga na classification. Then you can have internal or external. So you make it multiply by 2. Then you can have those which are at the moment happening, those which are happened in the past, those which will happen in the future. So you multiply by 3 for that, so 108. So there are classifications that 108 kinds of tanha are given. And they are how formulated, you know, so as to give an exhaustive, so that you can't really go beyond that. So, you know, ultimate description is given of the various kinds of tanha. So these are the kind of hints, you know, where these, जैसे दीपक ने कहा था ना, हमको प्रोव किया था कि अभिधर्मा सीखना है. So this is where अभिधर्मा is arising from. Such discourses, because people said यहाँ तो 6 का, तो वो कहाँ गए? उन्होंने कहा वो 6 तरह से 3 हो सकते हैं, तो 18 हो गए. Then this way they went on multiplying and became large numbers. So that's how these classifications arose. So we understand these kinds of tanha, but 6 is quite easy to understand. It's quite obvious that this is 6 sense doors on which each one of them craving arises. And how it arises? Yes.
Vedana samudaya, tanha samudaya, vedana nirodho, tanha nirodho.
This is the key thing. Linked with the paticca samuppada. Because of feeling, the tanha arises, and because of cessation of feeling, there is the cessation of craving. And ayameva before madhva, that is it. And what is the cessation of feeling path? It is craving, it is this noble eightfold path. And then the last session, you can just read it. Yato
avuso ariya savako evan tanhan pajanati evan tanha samudayam pajanati एवं तन्हा निरोधन पजानाति एवं तन्हा निरोध गामिनीन पटिपदन पजानाति सो सबसो रागानुसायम.
So that's same continuation. So basically what he's saying, so when an Arya Savaka, noble disciple, knows this tanha, when he understands this craving, obviously this understanding means comprehensive understanding. He has to understand that these are 3 kinds and this is 6. Each door there is a craving, and the craving is not necessarily only pleasure. It's not just काम तन्हा, it could be भव तन्हा. और ऐसा हो जाए, मुझे कोई अच्छी सी चीज मिल जाए जिससे देख के मैं बड़ा खुश हो जाए, मुझे अच्छा शब्द सुनने. So it could be of any kind. काम तन्हा, भव तन्हा, विभव तन्हा, ऐसी चीज ना देखने को मिले, मुझे कुछ गलत ना देखने को मिले. So this way you can see the various manifestations of tanha.
तो भवतना विभवतना इन चीजों के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में तो समझ में आता है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू लाइक स्मेल, यू और टेस्ट, जैसे ये मिल इस तरह का टेस्ट मिल जाए, इस तरह का टेस्ट मिल जाए. काम तन्हा टेस्ट के हिसाब से वो काम तन्हा
sensory pleasures, you know, there it is the possibility of becoming sensory. I want the pleasure to happen. There is a desire for, I must get this particular food, but I like it so much, I want it. So that will be the kama-tanha. Bhava-tanha means I want to become that, in the sense of getting transformed in that form, becoming. So there is, becoming is seen both in the terms of becoming again in the new life, and if you interpret it on day-to-day basis, it also is in terms of achieving something, getting something, possessing something.
Bhav with sense of taste also. For every item we had 3: Kam, Bhav and Vibhav. For these, for example, these taste के लिए Bhav कैसे आता है? काम तो
clear है. You are right. You have to think really. You must think. What does it Bhav mean with respect to taste, for example?
Or you want, because you want more of it would be part of the calm.
Probably the distinction would be there. Can't really get a thing. You will have to see. Because the desire to enjoy the taste will be kama-tanha. Desire to accumulate things to be enjoyed would probably be bhava-tanha. Probably, I don't know. We'll have to really investigate. And desire that this should not, this kind of a taste should not happen. ये सामने नहीं आना चाहिए. Avoiding that altogether. That will be practical.
Maybe for example, जैसे मुझे याद है कि बच्चे को कड़वी दवाई लो, एक चम्मच लेने के बाद दूसरा लेता है वो, कि कड़वी है, I don't want it.
So the question here, why is Sangya not taught here, which interprets the Vedana?
Yeah, because here the explanation is from Dikthi perspective. The explanation is being given on the basis of Dikthis. The Sangya is governed by Samma Dikthi actually. If the Dikthi is right, Sangya will automatically change. So Samma Dikthi is the forerunner of everything, right view. So if the view is right, then the evaluation will automatically be right.
Okay.
So we are understanding right view in so many ways because we are absolutely transforming our Sangya.
Okay.
Sangya will become Panya by transformation, by having a proper right view. So it is included, the word is not used, but it is a part of it. So now you can see from here how the teaching goes. 6 kinds of tanha kaya. So what will be feelings? Again there will be 6 kinds of feelings in the next session. So this is very important, we must understand it. Feelings which are being mentioned are of 6 kinds. Sometimes we tend to get feel only by feeling only in bodily sensation. That's just one of them. So you can see in the next one, then the implication. If you see the 97, we can leave aside the repetitions and focus on these 6 things. So what is this tanha? What is it? Vedana? Katmapana also Vedana. So I'll read out the usual things quickly. Katmapana also Vedana. Katmo Vedana Samudayo. Katmo Vedana Nirodho. So what is Vedana? So what is the answer? Now we give the answer. Vedana kaya. 6 kinds of Vedanas are there. What are they?
Chakku
Samphasaja Vedana. This you should remember actually. This is very important. Chakku Samphasaja Vedana. What does it mean? Samphasa means phasa. Phasa means contact. The Vedana which arises because of contact with the eye. So it means eye seeing an object. So all the 6 sense will not, naturally all the 6 will come. Sota Samphasaja Vedana, Dhana Samphasaja Vedana, Jiva Samphasaja Vedana, Kaya Samphasaja Vedana, Mano Samphasaja Vedana. So this is the 6 kinds of Vedanas which we must understand. So this we can then study in the next time. We will have some good Vedana with this.
Finally, we managed to.
You could do it finally?
Yeah, I think finally managed all the technical difficulties.
Good.
15 minutes. Thanks to people. He knows connect a lot more than anybody else knows.
So there is a question, sir, how was the tanhas counted to be 108?
Yeah, these are mind-boggling actually. Their own ways of making sure that nothing remains. It sounds fantastic sometimes, you know. There were the 6 kinds of tanha, then they could be further subdivided, you know, you could have Kama tanha, Bhava tanha, Vibhava tanha, that we have been studying again and again everywhere. So Kama tanha could again be of 6 kinds with 6 senses. Similarly Bhava tanha, similarly Vibhava tanha, so it makes 6 into 3, 18. Now these 18 kind of tanhas could further be classified into multiplied by 3 of the past, present and future. So 18 into 3. And then again multiplied by 2, internal and external. So it becomes 108. So the Abhidhamma people had to probably take part of containing everything in the world so that nothing will left aside. That's why people sometimes get fed up. क्या यार इतना कर रखा है जान ही ले ली हमारी सिस्टम में 108 बना दिए फिर उसके 121 बना दिए consciousness. But some of them have very strong practical value actually from meditation perspective. Some of them have theoretical value, but some of them have very strong practical value. Please.
हो चुकी पूरा गीला था आप सुबह वॉक पे करता हो?
इंटरमीडिएटली 4-4:30 बजे के आसपास थोड़ी थोड़ी हो रही थी, फिर बंद हो गई बीच में, फिर हल्की होती रही है थोड़ी थोड़ी 2-3 घंटे।
कल मैं IIT गया था, वर्कशॉप थी तो काफ़ी ठंड लगी मुझे, सरप्राइज थी, आई डिडंट एक्सपेक्ट इट।
2 दिन से ठंड हो गई।
कोई क्वेश्चन?
नहीं बोल रहा था कि माइक्रोफोन
पंकज थे वहाँ पे?
उनका लाइसेंस है।
अच्छा,
कौन कौन?
हु इज देयर?
There is one person by name guest, one is Shilesh and one is Sudhakar.
Sudhakar Reddy is interested. वहाँ पे तो शाम हो रही होगी।
सुदेश भी मिली थी
दिल्ली में
दिल्ली में
6:30
शाम थे, सैटरडे। सो दिस सैटरडे संडे कंसर्ट भी खत्म हो गया। They also have to subject to the same kind of strenuous time schedule as here in India. वहाँ पे भी उनको सॉफ्टवेयर वालों को ऐसा ही
रोल, ऐसे रोल्स पे भी डिपेंड करता है कुछ हद तक। जो क्रॉस साइट्स बहुत कोऑर्डिनेशन हो तो फिर उनको भी एडजस्ट करना पड़ता है, बट इन जनरल वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस स्लाइटली बेटर मैंने देखा है वहाँ पे फॉर मोस्ट पीपल। थोड़ा सा वहाँ पे जो कल्चर है, जल्दी शुरू करो, दिन जल्दी खत्म कर लो। सैन जोसे में मोस्टली लोग मैंने देखा है निकल जाते हैं 5-6 बजे शाम को, दे स्पेंड टाइम विद फैमिली। हम लोगों का जो है मैंने देखा है मोस्टली यहाँ पर लोग थोड़ा सा देर से शुरू करते हैं और देर से खत्म करते हैं, तो शाम का टाइम भी जो होता है बच्चों के साथ वो नहीं पाते।
Question from
हाँ बोलिए।
the question from Sudhakar about suffering. Suffering also multiplies with similar expression like that 108 बना दिया। Suffering का भी ऐसा ही है।
Suffering का तो obviously the suffering is always in the present, na? So when we remember something of the past,
Question is different.
हाँ,
I'll ask him to
read it out. You can do it.
There was just one line, or 3 words. So
क्या था? Ask him to put his speakers on. सर अभी वो इतना उस पर एक अच्छा थ्रेड चल रहा है मेलिंग लिस्ट पे। लेडी इसने ये कहा कि उसने प्रैक्टिस की और जब वो मेडिटेशन पे बैठती है तो उसको इक्वानिमिटी आती है, बट जब बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग लाइफ में सफरिंग चल रही है, जैसे कि उसके फादर आई थिंक became critically ill and she was in UK, तो वो कॉन्टिन्यूस किया 4 या 5 दिन पूरा टेंशन में रही and she could not come out of that, though she tried to think कि अनित्य है and I should be, I should not think about that, और जब तक उसको ये न्यूज़ नहीं मिली कि he is out of danger, she was under a strong suffering। तो वो कहती है कि ऐसे में क्या किया जाए, and उस पर काफी डिस्कशन होती है, राइट? You wanted to reply to that also.
किसमें था?
तो ये जो विपश्यना NCR
करके याहू ग्रुप है।
अच्छा, तो मैंने देखा नहीं। तो क्या रिप्लाई दिया आपने?
अभी करने का सोचा कि कर रहे हैं, बट मैंने करा नहीं।
तो क्या देना?
क्या क्या सोचा बताओ?
मैंने सर ये सोचा कि क्वेश्चन वो डायरेक्टली कि how to have equanimity in difficult situations, and this vipassana meditation is when you actually sit and do meditation, but how to generate equanimity also in day-to-day life, so that
the benefits are not limited कि जब आप जितनी देर मेडिटेशन करो उतनी देर तो मन शांत हो गया, but जैसे मेडिटेशन खत्म करी वैसे ही everything is back and from the stress is back. So what I wanted to say was this whole meditation, Vipassana or something else, we are trying to make it goal oriented. Okay, goal can be as simple as we want to be equanimous. That's one part. The second part is that the way the question started was that there was this big fear coming, and so there was this desire to overcome this fear. So what my understanding is that having fear is natural. If you are able to see that if fear is happening and accept that there is fear, then that's fine. If you try to say this fear is not good and now I need to, obviously it's not good, but if you take it to the point that it should not come and I need to get rid of, then, and probably by meditation will help, then it becomes a trap. So, as I understand from Ajahn Sumedho, except fear is there, that's the reality of the room. And having fear is natural thing, there is a family problem and one is attached, fear will come when the person is there. Except that these things are there.
Just add to what you said in a few words, it should be investigated whether we are clinging to equanimity.
Clinging
to equanimity.
Yes.
Why is there this very strong need कि equanimous होना चाहिए? I think that is causing even more anxiety.
Yeah. So that was also the part that we make it a goal कि we need equanimity.
That's okay. Maybe that is sort of one perspective to think.
तो मतलब मैं तो इतना ही कहना चाहता था कि it's natural and that accepting it and accepting that you are having fear brings some solace to you that ठीक है, the problem is there, fear is there, at least I know fear is there.
खाली पीने से मैंने पेट में हो गया
नोबल ट्रूथ्स की शुरू में जब हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे तो उसके भी 3 एस्पेक्ट्स है ना नोबल ट्रूथ के, उसकी एक्सप्लेनेशन बहुत अच्छी लगी थी. Suffering has to be understood. And then he goes on to say
it has been understood.
And right, but what has to be understood में the explanation he gives is you need to stand under the suffering.
See, that's very important. See, when one is suffering, and my personal experience has been that if you, as the earliest possible, you accept that I am suffering and sit quietly and see what effect it produces in the body and mind. You just sit, accepting that there is suffering, and there's no denial of it. It is suffering, it's okay. And you sit, what happens, observe what is happening in the body, what is happening in the mind, and be aware of it. If you can just muster enough strength to actually accept that I am suffering, slowly the mind quiets down and you know what is the real cause of suffering. Is the real cause of suffering illness of somebody, or is the real cause of suffering my attachment to somebody, and whom I attach? So the whole Four Noble Truth paradigm operates automatically. And then suffering is automatically, cessation will be experienced naturally. So the suffering is there and you sit and experience, okay, that's the way it is. That is the way this human life is. But expect that this human realm is full of suffering. There is no doubt on that issue. As long as we have sankharas there, we are bound to suffer. So we accept it, there is suffering, and just see what effect it produces on us, so that we get kind of inner disenchantment which makes us feel that I should eventually internally create a kind of a dynamics that I should try to get out of suffering. And then naturally it will arise what is the cause of suffering. It naturally emerge. And once you see the cause of suffering, to be with attachment, to be with craving, it will cease naturally in due course. Those things are impermanent. So you can actually experience cessation of suffering, and then confidence grows. हाँ ये बात ठीक है, ऐसे करने से हो जाता है. So one has to do it repeatedly, again and again and again, till one sees through the domain of sees and understand that this domain is of suffering. It's okay. We are living in a human realm where suffering is an integral part of it.
So एक क्वेश्चन है यहाँ पे, is there any specific tanha which is hard to overcome for lay people?
Every tanha is hard to I don't know really. Different people have different attributes. Some people have a kind of possessive nature. Some people have less possessive nature, but then they have averse nature. A person whom the tendency to possess things is very strong, then for him or her that tendency will be strong. For somebody that possessive tendency is not there because of his past conditioning or karma, whatever you want to put it. But then we have other tendencies, So each one of us has our own unique brand of karma sankhara which we carry on, and we have our own different points where we get trapped. So the meditation is, the great thing about this meditation is that it tells us where we are getting trapped. हमारा कौन सी तन्हा हमारी prominent है वो हमको सामने मालूम पड़ जाती है.
Just try to be aware कि what is arising.
Which is the one which is repeatedly arising. पता चल जाएगा मेरी ये बहुत strong weakness है जो मुझे बार बार दुख देती है. Then one can put it in practice in day-to-day life. Become aware कि भाई अब मैं I am going into an area where there is fully mind area. मैं वहाँ जाऊँगा तो explode हो जाऊँगा. So I should be careful. So then one can be careful. Then slowly try to overcome. This I have found works pretty well. If you become aware पहले कि भाई मुझे इस डोमेन में खतरा है, इस डोमेन में मेरी ज़्यादा इच्छा नहीं है, यहाँ पे मेरी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती, लेकिन यहाँ ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है. तो जहाँ ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है पहले उसको हैंडल कर लेना. तो उस जब वैसी सिचुएशन आने लगे, देयर यू बिकम एक्स्ट्रा कॉशियस, एंड देन इन डे टू डे लाइफ दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज अनलेस वी ब्रेक इट इन डे टू डे लाइफ वो फिर सामना में कैसे छूटेगा, चांस नहीं.
तो एक क्वेश्चन और भी आया है कि if possible can we talk about Marananusati? Is there a right or wrong way to practice this?
See, Marananusati is usually advocated when all of the satis fail to do an effect. The various satis are firstly the simplest and if you have, it depends on the state of the mind. If you have a strong faith in Buddha, then Buddhanusati is very powerful. What does it mean? Anusati means remembrance. So you remember Buddha. What does it mean remembrance? I sit and I'm extremely upset during meditation or during life, and I remember that there is a person called Buddha and he is a human being like me and he lived a life like this and he could exterminate all the oppositions, and even after he became enlightened he had such huge problems. People bent on killing him, somebody bent on giving him bad name, and all kinds of things were arranged about him, and yet he remained equanimous. What a great thing. And his teaching I know. And you remember that was the great attributes of Buddha. And then remembering those great attributes, if you remember, these Pali chantings have great help in that. There was this Jai Mangal Gatha, if you have heard about it. Eight great victories of Buddha. There is a recitation of 8 stories of Buddha. How he overcame Mara, how he overcame that abusive Brahman, how he overcame that lady who accused him of fathering his child, and so on and so on. So then you can see these various difficult situations in which the Buddha remained and handled the things in various ways, sometimes with equanimity, sometimes with power, sometimes with metta, sometimes with... So you remember them and then it gives you joy. Once you give joy, then the strong emotional turmoil which has arisen, it falls down. The basic main idea of this anusati is that the emotional turmoil should fall down. It should be handled and then we can meditate properly. So Buddhanusati, then there is Dhammanusati. You remember Dhamma and its good qualities. Then there is Sanghanusati, you remember the good people with whom you have friendship, you have Kalyan Mitra, you remember them, and their good virtues, and that gives you joy. So we have to create a kind of induced joy. Basic idea is to induce joy. So these are the things, Dambodhanusati, Dhammanusati, Sanghanusati, then there is Punyanusati. You remember your own good virtues with the idea that whatever negativity or evil, that can get dispelled with that. Now, if none of them works, then it is advocated with Marananusati. What does it mean? That if I was to die at this moment with this such state of mind, I am in such a despair and negative state of mind, suppose I am overwhelmed with fear, तो I am overwhelmed with fear और इस fear की state में मान लो मर गया, तो अगला जन्म तो पता नहीं क्या होगा, मैं तो शायद सांप बनूंगा या क्या बनूंगा जिसमें कि बिल्कुल fearful life जीता रहता है. So you remember that this state of mind is absolutely unacceptable. I must immediately get out of it. Because you don't know when I will die. If I die with this state of mind, my future is doomed. So with that creates a revulsion and shocks a person out, and then these are the expedient means which have been developed for that purpose. So that's how Marananusati is done. Usually when others don't work.
So you should do that with the...
Especially during meditation, when you do long meditation, you get through huge turmoil. And there you have to handle it, turmoil handle करना है ना, कुछ क्या करे, nobody can help you there. So when these means have been laid down, but you should do it. And it can happen in day-to-day life also. When you are in deep distress because of certain reasons, day-to-day life, you can do that.
इससे पहले जितनी अनुस्थितियाँ आई वो भी छोटी छोटी इतनी खतरनाक नहीं, मरना पर याद करने पर कहाँ इतना इंसान को होश रहेगा.
नहीं कई बार नहीं, वो तो डिपेंड करता है ना आदमी की कितना मेंटल फ्रेंड. आज एक बार मैं शिविर कर रहा था, नहीं वो तो अनुस्थिति तो जॉय क्रिएट करने के लिए ना, खुशी होती है ना. भगवान बुद्ध की इतने अच्छे से काम किए उन्होंने, धर्म के इतने गुण है आपने गाए या ख्याल किए, जो रेसिटेशन है धर्म का है ना, स्वाखतो भगवता धम्मा संदिठिको अकालिको, but this is meant for that purpose actually. And so to remember good qualities, remember good qualities of a teacher, good qualities of Buddha, so they create joy. उसमें कोई डर तो नहीं आता ना, उससे खुशी होती है ना उनको याद करके. तो खुशी होती है तो जो बेचैनी हो रही है हट जाती है. कई बार बेचैनी इतनी ज्यादा है कि इन सब बातों से फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, वो लगता है कि अब तुम मरने वाला हो. या एक बार शिविर में ऐसा नहीं लगा तो सिर्फ फट रहा है एकदम, ऐसा लगा कुछ हो रहा है, दो से होने वाले हैं सिर्फ. रिमेंबर यहाँ पे ध्यान करते हुए मर जाएंगे तो बड़ा अच्छा ही है, इससे अच्छा सड़क पे एक्सीडेंट में मरे उससे अच्छा तो है नहीं मर गया. एंड वंस आई एक्सेप्टेड दैट एवरीथिंग जस्ट फेल फ्लैट, फिनिश्ड. There's no fear, everything vanished. I could just sit and see, कुछ भी तो नहीं यार, इस बात को देख परेशान होना था. So this is just a ploy to create एक गुबार सा उठता है उसको शांत कर दिया, and then you start meditating in the regular way. But one has to accept that internally, deeply accept कर दिया, फिर वो सब खत्म हो जाएगा. तो इसी तरह से वो deeply accept कर लेंगे किसी बात, then it will be stopped. At least that immediate explosion which has occurred वो शांत हो जाएगा. फिर आप साधना कर सकते हैं, जो भी करना है, appropriate actions. This works definitely. I've seen it with me and with so many people. It works.
So मरना सकती है क्या, ये ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि सब नहीं मरना है, अगर वो वाला एक जो फीलिंग आती है कि इस चीज की मैं क्यों टेंशन ले रहा हूँ.
हाँ, that also is another way of looking at it. That's another way. Basically, but we should be able to handle it properly. और कोई सही वो मरना है तो फिर और डर लगने लगे उसको, अरे मैं मरने वाला है. That's why that is advised only with strong people who have a clarity of Marananusati should be done only when you have a deeper clarity of things. नहीं तो उससे भी डर जाता है ना आदमी, मरने से तो बहुत डरते हैं, तो उल्टा ही पड़ जाएगा दाव. फिर ऐसा नहीं, इसलिए these things are advised first. Buddhanusati, Dhammanusati, Punyanusati. Remember your good deeds you have done. इतने मैंने सेवा दी, इतना दान दिया, इतने साधना की, तो उससे पॉजिटिविटी आती है.
सर कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि जो माइंड है तो वो ना स्ट्रेस नहीं है बट मूविंग वेरी फास्ट, मतलब एक थॉट से दूसरी थॉट पे चलते जा रहा है। स्पेशली कई बार जैसे रात को नींद नहीं आ रही तो ऐसा नहीं होता कि आपको किसी एक पर्टिकुलर चीज की बार बार टेंशन हो रही है, बट द माइंड इज एक्सट्रीमली एक्टिव और उस टाइम पे सेटिंग बहुत लो है, मतलब आपको रिमाइंडर ही बहुत देर बाद आता है कि यार देखो माइंड भागा था, माइंड भागा था। तो एट दैट टाइम व्हाट शुड बी दी कष्टोपाय?
Anapan is the best.
Anapan.
Best. Just lie down and observe the breath. Normal, natural breath. If you lie down, try to observe it, and don't allow the bothering की thoughts क्यों आ रहे हैं और कैसे आ रहे हैं। वो दिन वो condition phenomena है, so you should not take it seriously. वो बात याद रखें ना उनकी, don't take it personally. हो रहा है क्या करें। दिन भर अगर हमारे 1000 इवेंचुअलिटीज आई, कभी किसी को प्रेज मिली, किसी को ब्लेम हुआ, और वो सारी चीजें कहीं ना कहीं इंप्रेशन तो हो ही जाता है ना माइंड में। देन इट्स ऑलराइट, यू जस्ट एक्सेप्ट इट कि ठीक है ये हो रहा है, अब सोने का टाइम है, चलो सांस को देख, स्लोली माइंड विल क्वाइटन डाउन। या ये हथेली या पगथली पे भी अगर आप संवेदनाएं सॉफ्ट होती है नॉर्मली, उसको भी उससे को देखने से भी मन शांत है। And can use it appropriately, whichever is best operated. कई बार किसी को आनापान करने से ज़्यादा appropriate means if the mind is very agitated, कई बार आनापान डायरेक्टली करने से दिक्कत होती है, then you can first quieten down your observing sensations wherever you can. Mind quiet हो जाएगा, then you go on. तो उसको appropriate blending करके फिर mind can be quieted down. Good, thank you.
Good question हो गया। Recollection of Deva virtue. Any reason? कुछ तो
feeling, contact, sexual base.
So there is another question. There is a question which is by Sudhakar. Recollection of Deva virtues. Any reason for 8 a.m., 2:30 p.m., 6 p.m. sit in a 10-day?
क्या क्वेश्चन सही लगे? मैंने पूछा एक पूछ क्या क्वेश्चन?
What is the question? He says we don't see devas and recollection of deva virtues.
Devas virtues we don't recollect. We don't recollect what we
recollect. The question is
only of Buddha, not of Devas.
The question is that we don't see devas.
So we don't see them, so it is out of our practice. आपस में बात करें।
We don't remember the virtues of Devas. We remember virtues of Buddha. So when in the meditation course when Goenkaji chants, what he chants is Samantha Chakravaresu Atra Gachantu Devata. So he says let the devatas come here. For what purpose? Saddhammam Munirajasu. They should listen to the Dhamma of the Buddha and get enlightened. He's not saying that you come here and help us. He's saying you listen, this is the right time to listen to the words of the Buddha. Please come and listen and it will benefit you. That is the meaning. That's why the meaning should be understood. Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayam Vadanta, he says this is the right time to listen to Dhamma. Oh, noble ones, this is the right time to listen to Dhamma. So come and listen to Dhamma. Listen to the words of the Buddha.
Very funny thing. So he's writing, so they are as miserable as us.
Yes, yes. They can be. So the advocacy is that for that purpose. The recollection is only of Buddha's virtues, enlightened beings' virtues, not of theirs.
The only question is that any reason for 8 a.m., 2:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. sits?
That is only because of the help in early morning atmosphere is quiet and peaceful. That's why.
ग्रुप सिटिंग का 3 ही टाइम क्यों है? ये पूछ रहे हैं.
वो तो that is a tradition. I don't see any specific reason. I mean, in whole of the everywhere where it is very well known that early morning usually people are peaceful.
जैसे यहाँ संध्या
People are peaceful.
इवनिंग का टाइम भी
अब तो आजकल मॉडर्न टाइम में तो डिफिकल्टी हो गई, चेंज्ड. आजकल जैसे आप बता रहे थे अर्ली मॉर्निंग लोग काम पे चले जाते हैं.
दिन का ऐसे भी होता है ना 12 बजे तक, उसके बाद अपराह्न मानते हैं तो वो भी शायद चलता है. मॉर्निंग इवनिंग का तो दिन का भी होता है.
फूड के लिए जैसे भगवान ने बनाया था कि दोपहर से पहले ही खाना है, बट दैट इज देयर मोर ऑफ कन्वेंशन सेटअप बिकॉज गेटिंग एम्पल टाइम फॉर मेडिटेशन. Early morning is generally advocated because the atmosphere is calm and quiet. Most people are sleeping and you're not getting disturbed. The sun is about to rise or not risen. So it creates a good environment for meditation. That's the only thing I know of. This 8 to 2:30 and 6 is only a suitable segregation of time so that people can have some ample time in between the group sittings. And there are many places where they don't do such things. They have only morning and evening sitting. And rest of the time people are free to do whatever they like. In some other traditions that also.